A new video has raised serious concern about the way immigration raids are being carried out across the United States. The footage, taken during a recent operation in Colorado, shows an ICE agent walking up to doorbell security camera, covering it with a pink tape and then knocking on the door. Now, this action has left many people asking, why are officers blocking the camera? And is that even allowed? Over the past few weeks, the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement has been conducting large-scale raids to arrest and deport undocumented immigrants. President Donald Trump has promised to remove millions of migrants, and ICE is working to make that happen. Officials claim that they are targeting criminals. But hundreds of people, including those without serious offenses, are being arrested every single day. During a raid in Colorado, multiple federal agencies, including ICE, the Drug Enforcement Administration, and Border Patrol, participated in sweeping operations in cities like Aurora or Denver. Many residents were caught off guard, and heavily armed officers knocked on the doors, demanding identification and asking them their neighbors' immigration status. Now let's talk about the security camera controversy. One of the biggest issues that has surfaced from Colorado raids was the video showing an ICE agent covering a doorbell camera before knocking on a resident's door. Now, this move has sparked outrage among civil rights advocates who argue that it violates legal rights. Civil rights attorney Jason strongly criticized this particular action, saying covering somebody's camera is like seizing their property. If there's no warrant, it's not legal. So, why would an officer feel the need to hide from a camera? Some speculate that it's to avoid accountability or prevent recordings of how agents conduct these raids. Others believe that it's an imitation tactic, making residents feel more vulnerable and powerless. Let me tell you, the raids have left many communities in fear right now. Residents in Denver and Aurora reported seeing groups of agents moving through apartment complexes and neighborhoods, knocking on doors and asking for IDs. In fact, a Venezuelan asylum seeker in Aurora described how officers pounded on her door, yelling, "Open up," but eventually moved on when she didn't answer. Another resident named Hannah told Denver Post that 6 heavily armed officers arrived at her door demanding information about her undocumented neighbors. "They have every right to be here," she said, and she also added that "I would never want to put anybody through that stress." ICE has completely refused to comment on why its agents are covering security cameras, saying that they don't disclose details about specific tactics. However, top officials in the Trump administrations are expressing frustration that more people aren't being deported fast enough. Acting ICE director also criticized Denver's policy of not cooperating with ICE. In a video statement, he explained that local jails don't hold undocumented immigrants longer than their required sentences, which actually forces ICE to go into the neighborhood to make arrests. He said that it would be so much safer if we could take those people into custody in a controlled environment. In the meantime, Border Czar Tom Homan warned that journalists and activists who are reporting on or interfering with these raids might find themselves in a pair of handcuffs very soon. In the meantime, President Trump is reportedly angry that immigration officials aren't deporting people fast enough. He had promised that millions will be removed shortly after he will take the office, but so far that hasn't happened at the scale that he has promised to. Some reports suggest that he is blaming the leaks, local law enforcement, and activists for slowing down his immigration crackdown. Well, coming back to our topic, then the controversy surrounding ICE's tactics isn't very new. Over the years, immigration raids have sparked debates about civil rights, government overreach, and the treatment of undocumented migrants. Are these raids even legal? ICE have broad authorities, but covering security cameras raises serious questions about whether they are trying to hide actions that could be legally questionable. Who are being targeted here? While ICE say that they focus on criminals, everyday immigrants, including asylum seekers and long-time residents, are being caught up in the sweeps. What can people do? Well, legal experts recommend knowing your rights, including not opening the door until and unless agents have a warrant and recording interactions when possible. In conclusion, the video of ICE agent covering a security camera is just one piece of a much bigger debate about immigration enforcement in the US. With Trump pushing for mass deportation and civil rights groups pushing back, tensions are openly rising. For now, millions of immigrants and their families remain on the edge, wondering if their door will be the next one whom they knock.